Hello everybody, Wesley here from MatherBrain.com. Today I wanted to talk about setting goals and the importance of setting goals and how it can determine your future and your success. Just before we get into the topic of today's video, I just want to encourage all of you to go down to the links below in the description. I will have a link to the website, of course. I'll also have links to my Instagram page and to my Twitter account, and of course to my weekly newsletter. Please go sign up for those and follow me there. That's where you can stay in contact with me, ask me questions, and of course get the newsletter every Monday morning. Now, today's video is all about setting goals and why it is important to set goals and really how that can shape your success throughout your life and in the next several years. Now, this is something I recently did. I sat down, I spent at least an hour or two setting a bunch of goals that I want to work towards and, of course, accomplish. And I thought I'd share kind of the process that I use and give a few examples of what I'm doing. Now, the important thing is to really know why you are setting goals because if you don't really know why you're doing something or the importance of doing it, you won't follow through on it because you don't actively and passively think it's important. And so the way I like to see the importance of setting goals is that when you set a goal, you can define and then measure your success. And so for example, if you were to walk up to someone and ask them, define success. Well, it's going to be different for absolutely every person. Success for myself is going to be different than success to my fiance. Of course, we're going to have the same things in common, but career-wise, it's going to be different. If I ask my younger brother or an older sister, then it's going to be different. And so setting goals is important because we can define success for ourselves. Not only can we do that, but then we can measure success through that goal, and then we can feel a sense of accomplishment. We can feel happy and rewarded that we completed that goal. And so throughout the remaining of this video, remember that when you set your goals and through the next couple months, the next several years, always keep that in mind that not only the act of setting a goal is very important, but remembering why goals are that important. Now that we know how important goals are, I want to walk you through how I set goals. This is, of course, going to be different for everybody. If what I'm about to share does not work for you, then don't do it. Do something that works for you. Make it fun, be happy with it. Setting goals shouldn't be a pain or a bother. It shouldn't be something that you hate to look through every day. I know New Year's resolutions can be like that. It has been for me the last several years. But make it fun, be happy about it. And so the first and foremost thing that I do when I sit down and I set goals is, first of all, I write it all down. I like to write it all down, think about it. Is I create kind of topics or categories. And so, for example, some of mine are my physical goals, goals towards my diet, my health, my body, taking care of my body. Another one is for MatherBrain, of course, is for quality content, for X amount of videos or articles or things I want to do for the business. Another one are mental, spiritual, or emotional goals. Another one could be your career. I work for Pepsi, and so I have goals towards that career. Of course, it's my full-time job, and so I love to set those categories out so you can be very specific when going through your goals. Now, the second thing I do is pick one of those. So we'll say MatherBrain. So after you have that category, if you can follow along, so you can pause the video at any time, do out your categories, write them out. And the second thing I do is I have very specific goals that I want to accomplish within a time frame. And so, for example, now what were some of mine? By the end of the year, I want X amount of subscribers, or I want X amount following my newsletter. Currently have something like 31 people on my newsletter, which is fantastic. Thank you, everybody. But by the end of the year, maybe I want 100 people, or maybe I want 400 people. Just for a couple examples. For YouTube views, I have just under 500. So by the end of the year, I'd love to have over 1,000 views on this channel. And so set your goal. So that goal would be 1,000 views, and then set a time frame for it. So it could be in the next 6 months, I want to obtain that goal of 1,000 views, but I always want to surpass it. You always want to go farther. Don't settle for just that. And after you've done that, you can do that for each category. So after Matter Brain, I can do physical goals. It could be, I want to work out this amount of time. I want to feel good. I want to look good. I want to operate well, however you want to put it. Do that for each one, for your career, whatever categories or topics that you create in the first step. And then the next step, I think that's step 3, is go back. So for Matter Brain, for example, we'll look through the however many goals you want. I think I had 6 or 7 goals that I made. And then look at one, and then underneath that, describe in detail how you're going to accomplish that goal. Now this is extremely important. So I'm going to say it again. Describe in detail how you are going to achieve that specific and particular goal. And so, for example, if I want 1,000 video views by the end of the month, we'll say, well, how am I going to achieve that? How am I going to get towards that? Well, I need to publish quality content on a regular basis. And then I could even go so far as making a plan of when I'm going to upload and create that quality content, and how much time I want to spend on each piece of content to make sure it meets and exceeds that quality threshold. And so do that for each one. For a physical goal, which is an easy, great example, is if you want to gain 20 pounds of muscle, let's say, whatever it is, if you want to slim down, if you want to get into X amount of pant size, then underneath that on your piece of paper, that I encourage you to all write this down, but how are you going to do that? Well, you need a good diet. You need to eat. Of course, I'm no diet expert, but you need to eat, this amount of fruits and vegetables. You need to eat this. You need to start eating more or less throughout the day. You need to stop eating fast food. Whatever it is, everybody's different for physical needs, but make it specific. Of course, working out is very important as well. So you could say, well, I want to run at least 20 kilometers a week, or I want to do 50 push-ups every morning. So be very specific in that, and that will really it'll create that path for you to get to that goal. So it'll be achievable. I've seen some people set some incredibly unrealistic goals, and yet they don't path a way for them to accomplish that goal. Now, I don't want to say any goal is impossible. That's why I'm using the word unrealistic. But set realistic goals, but make sure they challenge you and push you so you can further progress yourself in whatever that topic or category you're setting goals in. So set realistic goals, set a realistic time frame for that goal, push yourself, work hard. The reason I keep saying to write it down is because it's really that positive reinforcement to yourself. If you remind yourself, like, hey, Wesley, I know I can do this. I need to work hard. I need to put in the time that's required. and I'm going to accomplish this goal. And by accomplishing that goal, not only will I accomplish the goal, but I'll feel good because I set those requirements for myself and I surpass them. So goals is very important. I encourage you, all of you, to do the same. I promise you, you'll get much farther than just kind of wildly going out and just, dabbling in things. Set goals. You can set a ton of goals. You can set one goal for the next 2 months, and if you hit that, that is fantastic. Keep going. For all of you that are watching this video, I know you want to already get better. I'm trying to get better myself by setting my own goals and sharing my experiences with you. And so I wish you all the best on your goals. Work really hard. I believe in all of you that are watching this. And that is all I have for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good time with your goals. Write them all out. Share them in the comments below. And if you don't want it public, you can email me. You can go to the newsletter. You can go to the website, and under the heading questions, even though it may not be a question, you can still, through that, you can email me. Send me some of yours. I'll send you some of mine that I didn't share today, and have a wonderful day.